How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at our next topic, which is going to be the IPsec Profile. Because, well, to be honest with you, crypto maps can suck sometimes and cause lots of problems. One thing that you did not see was the flapping of the adjacencies after I got the last video working. I knew it was going to happen because I've tested this stuff out before and stuff like that, and the only real workaround to that I've been able to find or been able to figure out is to move away from the crypto map variation when you are going to be doing dynamic routing with multiple routing protocols. So what we're going to go do is configure CSR6 and CSR3 with an IPsec profile. We're going to validate the IKEv2 config first, make sure everything's squared away with that so we can make sure that the connectivity will come online. Then I'm going to show you how to set up the IPsec profile so that it works with like version 2. And then I'm going to swing over and we're going to do the same thing with CSR3 and CSR4. Currently, we have it set up to where right now CSR7, I've actually disabled all the crypto. CSR7 is learning routes from everybody. So you'll see that I'm learning routes from 4 and from 6 respectively, which is what I want to see. So the way we have it set right up now is CSR3 has a BGP peering to CSR6, CSR3 has an EIGRP peering to CSR4. And because we have it set up that way, this will give us some flexibility because you should be able to run pretty much any variation of this. So that's going to be basically how we proceed. So on CSR3, I'm going to focus on the connectivity to CSR6. So we're going to do a show run pipe include, section IKEv2, and I'm just going to validate the config real quick between the two, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Nothing's really changed, but I need to make sure that everything is still copacetic. So I'm going to scroll this up a little bit, and we can see that the proposal, the policy, that type of stuff. I'm going to come over here and do a show run section IKEv2 as well, and we need to make sure that the proposal and all that stuff looks good. So based off of the information that I'm seeing, we should have no problem configuring the IPsec profile. And if I do a show run section IPsec, I have a transform set created, but that was for the connectivity for the crypto map. So if we do a show run section IPsec, we have a transform set up here as well, but that's just the basic configuration. You'll notice that I also got rid of the crypto maps. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to type in the crypto IPsec and profile command, and I'm going to type in here is going to be IKEv2 CSR6 profile. I'm first going to come in here and set the transform set to be IKEv2 T set, which is going to be ESP AES ESP SHA HMAC, and then I also need to define the IPsec or the IKEv2 profile. So IKEv2 and the profile name in this particular case is going to be CSR3 CSR6 profile. I'm going to do that. I'm going to exit out, and I'm going to repeat the process on CSR. Let's go to interface tunnel 36. I'm going to type in tunnel protection is going to be IPsec profile and then this profile name. So profile, oh, that's not it. This guy. There we go. So now we'll have ISACAMP turned on. I'm going to go over to CSR6. Go to global config, crypto, IPsec profile, and then we're going to type IKEv2 CSR3 profile. Set the transform set to be IKEv2 T set, and then set the IKEv2 profile to this guy, and then we're going to go to interface tunnel 36, tunnel protection, IPsec profile, and then apply this guy. And so we should get a peering momentarily. There we are. So CSR3 and CSR6 are now paired with each other. If I go back to here, we can see that we had some issues going on. That's okay though. And we're going to show IP BGP summary. I have a peering. I come in here, and then I'm learning a peer from CSR6 respectively. So I have all of that done and squared away. Now, that was pretty easy, right? That didn't cost a whole lot. So let's now validate the config on CSR4. So show run section IKEv2. And I'm going to look at this config right here on CSR4. Show run section IKEv2. And right now we don't have a proposal or a policy set. So I'm just going to come over here to CSR3, and I'm going to literally just copy this stuff right here over to CSR4, go to global config, copy and paste. We're going to get that done. Now I had to go in and do the do show run section IPsec. I do have a, let's go ahead and get rid of the crypto maps completely. No more crypto maps. We have that. And so now I'm going to go to, I have a transform set, but I'm going to go crypto IPsec profile is going to be IKEv2 CSR3 profile. Set the transform set to be IKEv2 T set, and set the IKEv2 profile, and the profile is right up here. We're going to grab the profile like so and paste it. Now I'm going to go over to CSR3 and do the same thing that I did with CSR6. Show run section IPsec. We can see that we have a CSR profile or IPsec profile, crypto IPsec profile IKEv2 CSR4 profile. Set the transform set, and whenever you do a transform set, you can run into problems. We shouldn't run into any problems, but if we do, we can always fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and then set the IKEv2 profile to be going to CSR4. Now I'm going to go to interface tunnel 34, tunnel protection, IPsec profile, and that. Let's go over to CSR4, and we're going to go to interface tunnel 34, and tunnel protection is IPsec profile, and so the tunnel is down. If I've done my job, the tunnel should come back on, and we should have an EIGRP adjacency, which we do. CSR3 is now up, which is awesome. So we have our connectivity there. So what I'm going to do now is a show crypto IKEv2 SA. We have our SAs back up. I have the IPsec SA, type include peer, PKTS, and ident. We want to just validate that there's traffic going across the wire. And right now, there's really not a whole lot going. That could be a bad thing though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some testing. So what I'm expecting to see when we do this is there should be at least some protocol hellos. So I am seeing some hellos go across, which is good for the connection to 4, because that's EIGRP. For the connection going to 6, it's BGP. So I'm expecting packets not to go across as frequently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to CSR7, and I'm going to hit the up arrow, show IP route just to validate that everything's still there. I'm going to ping 10.6.8.6 sourcing from loopback 0. Okay, I've sent pings. Now if I go back to CSR3 and hit the up arrow, oops, I have 28 going across, which is good. Going back to CSR7, I'm going to come up over here and I'm going to do 4 and go to 8 and ping there. Go back over here to CSR3, hit the up arrow, and I have so that means communication is flowing evenly over both tunnels and they're both up and running. That's a great sign, because now the profile eliminated a lot of the issues I was running into where you'd have I would get CSR4 up and running with the crypto map over the GRE tunnel, and then, or I should say, over the GRE tunnel with the crypto map. I would then lose my connection to CSR6 with BGP. I would go to BGP, I would go to CSR6, I'd clear the IKEv2 that would get the BGP peering back up, but it would take down CSR4 with the EIGRP peering. So I was looking at that, and it was a little weird. And at that point, I'm like, okay, enough. I can see somebody using a crypto map variation here and there, but long term, it doesn't make as much sense as a profile, because now you're not trying to use an access list to determine the traffic that goes over that, or using routing, and it just gets kludgy with the crypto map. When you flip it over to be a configuration with a tunnel, then you're first figuring out the routing, and then you're routing to the tunnel, and then you're only encrypting the traffic that goes over the tunnel. Everything else is fair game, right? And that to me is it's easier to work with. So if we were to hit the up arrow again, we're going to still continue to see ping. So the hellos are going across the wire, and there is traffic going across. If I wanted to increase the hello interval on CSR3 to CSR6, that would be a BGP update. But I'm not terribly concerned about that right now. I just wanted to make sure that I can get communication over the tunnel. So now I've done EIGRP and BGP. So that's a big win right there, because now we have two different routing protocols. I mean, you can have two different routing designs, and you're meeting both with like version 2. So that is the IPsec profile, and tying it with IPsec version 2. Not terribly difficult, obviously, but definitely something you need to know about and go from there. So until next time, guys, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.